Yo, what's up, good people? Welcome back. We got SPC week 4, and bro, this probably it's this the toughest week on our schedule. All right, we have Matt with the Indiana Tracers as our opponent this week, and man, his team is scary. So it's bad enough that I've never beat Matt, and I'm not gonna say he drafts bad Pokemon, but he does have a tendency to draft teams that he thinks is just fun, and that's cool and all. But like looking at this team, it's like super scary. So like, obviously we see Darker Shifu. That's a big deal. He's got Necrozma, which is a very threatening setup sweeper. He's got Cloyster, very threatening setup sweeper. He's got all the walls he needs in Nidoqueen and Scizor. If you look at my team and his team, you'll notice some common themes we have going on. Zygarde is an issue because it's fast. This is fast Zygarde, 115 base speed. Very fast. Whimsicott's annoying. Prankster. Memento can open up for his sweepers. Moltres is horrible. Flame Body. We are not, for some reason, we just do not do good against fire types. I'm hoping to be a little bit better. And we have Lantern, which is a Pokemon he's very used to using. And then we have Rotom, which, I mean, it is what it is. It's a Rotom. So we have the best team we think can combat this monumentally hard task. And our first member we have is Nidoking the Beast. This set has been changed since I made the team builder. You can imagine how much thinking I'd be putting into this. We are actually max speed and max attack, naive nature, sheer force with life orb. So I decided to bring a more physical Nidoking because it can actually break through Nidoqueen. Like AV Nidoqueen is very bulky on the special side. So I think our Nidoking is freaking awesome for breaking through that with physical type Earthquake. You look at his team and not a lot of things are going to love an Earthquake. But we also are rocking Fire Punch, Thunderbolt, and Sucker Punch. Fire Punch to help us, obviously, Oko Scizor. It hits Whimsicott really hard. It can do decent damage to Urshifu, other stuff switching in, Zygarde, whatever. We have Thunderbolt, so we're rocking Thunderbolt just because we don't have to rely on Stone Edge that way, and a non-invested Sheer Force Life Orb into Moltres still does a ton of damage. And last but not least, we have Sucker Punch, and that is to help us deal with a setup DD Necrozma. I really fear that set. I feel like that set has the most potential to sweep me aside from setup Cloyster. DD physical Necrozma with like Photon Geyser, Knockoff, and Brick Break could kind of like shred through my team a little bit. So I need to prepare for that as much as I can and not let that thing set up in my face. But Nidoking's good. So the reason I changed the speed to max speed is before we were EV to outspeed a non-speed nature Necrozma. But then when I looked at Necrozma's base speed compared to Dragapult, I realized he probably will run something like Jolly or plus speed, because if he doesn't, with one Dragon Dance, he actually won't outspeed Dragapult. And I feel like he might run that plus speed nature because at +1 DD he will. And I feel like our team isn't really going to be letting Necrozma get multiple DDs off. My goal is to not hit it with a super effective move unless I can kill it. Obviously with Prism Armor, I think the ability is it's basically solid rock, so it won't be taking the full amount of damage from super effective moves. So when we have Nidoking outspeeding, we're definitely going to hit it with an Earthquake actually, because it's going to hit more damage. We don't need to rely on Sucker Punch actually hitting Necrozma. We don't have to rely on it actually attacking us to do damage, because it can't just DD on our face predicting like a switch. Threatening us with Photon Geyser, of course, because Photon Geyser will just kill us, which is why I wanted to run the full speed because we will outspeed it by like 6 points if we're max speed plus speed nature. And Earthquake's doing over half to a non-bulky Necrozma. I know it sounds like I prepared a little bit too much for Necrozma, but I'm kind of scared of it because it's right up Matt's alley with setup. But overall, Nidoking's going to be helping us hit everything else. We outspeed and can Oko Scizor. We should live anything but a Psychic from Whimsicott, so we can Fire Punch that. We do get hard scared out by Urshifu, which is kind of bad. Like, Urshifu always scares us out when Nidoking gets a kill, so that is something we're gonna have to watch out for. But of course I do have my own checks for Urshifu. Speaking of one of those checks, we have our Sylveon, bringing it back again. Bold Pixelate Kebia Berry with Mystical Fire, Hyper Voice, Toxic, and Wish. So Sylveon has a bad matchup here. I'm just going to be 100% honest. It gets threatened by Scizor. It gets walled by Moltres and Nidoqueen. The only reason we're not bringing Girder to switch into the Wicked Blows instead of Sylveon is because Girder has a hard time getting its HP back up with all of his fighting resist that Matt has on his team. I was thinking about like a max defense, max HP Girder with some elemental punches and Drain Punch, but like with its only recovery being Drain Punch, it's just worn down very quickly, and obviously it does just invite Necrozma to come in and set up, and that's not what we want. But Flesh Ribbons is here to take the Wicked Blows, to take the close combats. We're running Kebia, predicting the Poison Jab on the Urshifu, not so much the Poison move from the Nidoqueen. Like, we're not going to be doing anything back to Nidoqueen. I originally had, I was thinking about running Psyshock on this, but at the end of the day, if I ran Psyshock, it would be in place of Toxic, and I feel like I would rather get a Toxic on Moltres than be just walled by Moltres and have the coverage for Nidoqueen, just because I have like Nidoqueen's easier for my team to kind of handle more so than Moltres, because obviously Moltres can recover. Nidoqueen's very bulky on the special side, but we have stuff that can switch into Nidoqueen pretty much all day. But our walls for Moltres can't actually wear down Moltres unless Moltres is toxic. So we really do want to get that toxic on Moltres. You know, I have the Wish just for some recovery on Sylveon. I'm not sure if Wish will actually end up being used this week, but it is kind of like if we do just need to heal something up, like last ditch effort, we can pass a Wish into something. But other than that, we have Hyper Voice. Kebia Berry will let us live the Poison Jab for 50%. Basically, a non-banded Urshifu's Poison Jab does like 50% to us. It's like 45 to 55, you know, the 50-50 roll. So with Kebia Berry, we'll be able to live that, dealing half damage. And of course, Hyper Voice always kills Urshifu back. You know, will that actually happen? I doubt it. He has plenty of switch-ins to Sylveon, but we really need something that can tank the Wicked Blows. He has 8 Wicked Blow PP, so the easier our team can take those from him, the better. I don't see a lot from Sylveon. You know, it can kill Scizor, it can kill Cloyster with the special move. Mystical Fire is going to do a nice chunk to Whimsicott. Zygarde doesn't really threaten Sylveon unless he has Iron Tail or he has at least one Dragon Dance set up. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. But overall, that's what Sylveon does. It gets walled, but it is what it is. We have our checks for that to make this team balanced. Next up, we have one of those checks for the Moltres and the Nidoqueen, which is Swampert. Mermaider is back again. Hopefully he can do a little bit better than last week due to my misplays. He kind of didn't even get to have a move off. But he is our switch into Nidoqueen. He's our switch into Moltres. We're running mixed max HP, max defense, plus SPDF nature with 4 special defense assault vest. So he's basically here to tank hits. Scald is great because I can burn stuff like Scizor, burn stuff like Urshifu. Earthquake is going to tear through Nidoqueen. Ice Punch is really good for Zydog, Whimsicott. Flip Turn is nice for flip turning on Moltres, getting a huge amount of chip. It gives us momentum against a Nidoqueen switching out because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a water immunity aside from Lantern, and I really doubt like Lantern comes because it doesn't like Swampert. I don't really think it does too much in this matchup. If it does come and he puts in work with it, I'll be so surprised. But it is what it is. Matt knows what he's doing, so if he does bring something, it's definitely for a reason. I don't see the Lantern coming. But Swampert's here to eat hits from Nidoqueen, Moltres, and just pivot into our other threats. We'll probably be going for flip turns most of the time versus Moltres or Nidoqueen. I just doubt he wants to stay in with us on either of those. Nidoqueen doesn't have a grass move to hit Mermaider with, and obviously we threaten with ground stab, so I doubt he will want to stay in versus us. If we end up getting burned by Moltres, like let's say he just stays in because he's sacking Moltres off, we can get burned with the flip turn, but we're still a threat with Scald. Scald's doing a good chunk to stuff like Moltres. The problem is Scald only does about 40%, which is why we really need that Toxic from Sylveon onto Moltres. I could see him not bringing Moltres. Moltres isn't the craziest thing in this matchup, especially when I'm considering he probably expects the Swampert to come to soak hits from Nidoqueen because, you know, the Nidos in general can really just put in work if left unchecked. But we have max defense to eat Wicked Blow from Urshifu. I think we live that from like 60% max is what it does if it's Jolly Black Glasses, which the set I'm expecting is Jolly Black Glasses. I feel like he doesn't want to be Scarfed. I feel like he doesn't want to be Banded. If he does want to be a choice item, it'll be a Scarf. However, I think against my team, a choice Urshifu just isn't as crazy. Unless he's just constantly locking himself into U-turn, and like that's good and all, but just in the end game I have just a lot of ways to beat an Urshifu, especially if its only move that it can click is something like Wicked Blow or Sucker Punch. But yeah, that's Mermaider. Hopefully it will put in more work than it did last week, and but I'm very excited for this Pokemon because aside from Whimsicott, he doesn't really have a way to like hard scare us out, and yeah, I'm hoping we can do something good with it. Our special wall. Next up, we have Bronzong. Now, Bronzong is kind of the stopper for the sweepers. It stops Cloyster. It can stop Necrozma, physical Necrozma with Iron Defense, Body Press, Grass Knot, and Psyshock. So basically, for physical Necrozma, we set up right along with it, get a couple Iron Defenses. Its best physical move that it can hit us with is Knockoff. We're rocking a Cobra Berry for that. Cobra Berry helps us with Wicked Blow from Urshifu, of course. You know, we don't really care about Urshifu that much. We can set up Iron Defenses. You know, he hits us really hard with Wicked Blow, yeah, but the Cobra Berry will absorb the hit. And then after an Iron Defense, we take a lot less without the Cobra Berry from Wicked Blow than we would if we didn't have the Iron Defense up. Of course, we're 252 defense, max HP. Iron Defense is pretty much going to smack everything. The only thing we get hard scared out by is like potentially Nidoqueen, but depending on the situation, I can just Psyshock that. This thing also lives hits from Cloyster all the time. If he doesn't bring Cloyster, I wholeheartedly believe it's because I have this mon and he expects it to come, which honestly I think he should. It's not the easiest thing for his team to deal with. I know he has the Zydog right there, but Zydog is not bulky. It's not bulky at all. If we get an iron defense on something like the Zydog switching in, we should be able to eat 1,000 arrows from it pretty decently. And then a +2 body press should just shred right through it. It's very frail. But overall, that's kind of it for Bronzong. We do get hard-walled by Moltres, which is kind of an issue. But Bronzong is kind of going to be staying in the back to combat Necrozma or the potential Cloyster. That's really what Bronzong's here for. I don't potentially see it dealing with their Shifu. What I mean by that is I don't see that situation coming up. But if it does, obviously it can. So with Grass Knot, we do a crap ton to Cloyster. We don't really care about Cloyster, so I didn't run... I had Modest originally to always Oko Cloyster, but considering that he will most likely not be White Herb, I imagine he will be like either Sash or Boots. It doesn't really matter that we have the Modest nature to kill it from full, because if it does not have that White Herb, obviously the defense drop will make sure it's an Oko. And honestly, Bronzong just does not care. Bronzong is a straight up counter to set up Cloyster. I don't think it has a dark move. Even if it did, whatever. I don't think something like Pin Missile really does too much. We are a Bronzong. We're bulky as hell. But I like Bronzong in this matchup. Next up, we have... so, unfortunately, I messed up with the name, but this is Lobo or Obstagoon. So that was the only part I messed up, thank goodness. Sorry guys, this stuff's a lot of work, and a lot of time I end up like doing these team builder graphics the last minute, so they may not be 100% accurate all the time, but just cut me some slack, guys. But it's Jolly Guts of Flame Orb. That's definitely it. Same spread as we normally run. So Jolly Guts pretty much makes Urshifu have to run Jolly, which I think we need. I feel like he'll run Jolly expecting this, but if he doesn't, we can get the jump on it. I feel like he definitely will, but Obstagoon's really good in this matchup because he does not have a defensive switch into Obstagoon. If we come in versus something that's slower than me, like Scizor or Necrozma when it's not set up, or Cloyster when it's not set up, we can bust through things. I think Nidoqueen is the only thing on his team that really lives a hit, and even Nidoqueen is not going to appreciate a Guts boosted knockoff. And even then, I don't think it has a move that can Oko us if we're close to full, so it kind of doesn't matter. Obstagoon's really good. It breaks so many things. It's pretty much good enough to live one hit. Obviously, if he is Jolly or Shifu, we always get scared out by that, so it is kind of scary. But we have Fire Punch for Scizor, Whimsicott, Close Combat for Cloyster, and Knockoff for everything else. Close Combat for Urshifu as well. But overall, Obstagoon's really good as a breaker this week. Obstagoon's definitely a Pokemon that I can see, depending on what he brings, it can limit the usefulness of it. Obviously, if he brings like all of his fast mons like Zydog, Whimsicott, Urshifu, we might not see much from Lobo. But if he brings a more defensive team of like Cloyster, Necrozma, Scizor, Nidoqueen, Moltres, and Urshifu, he can really bust through stuff, basically. He doesn't really have the best defensive knockoff switch into this. It would have to be Urshifu, and if we get rid of Urshifu's item, that's great. We can scout and see what kind of Urshifu it is. If we knock off its black glasses, it does less damage. But overall, this is a really good Pokemon. I was surprised at how good Lobo was a couple weeks ago. But overall, it's going to serve its purpose as a breaker this week. So, super glad that Obstagoon's here. Finally, we have Dragapult. We are running a way different set than we normally run. We normally go something like Specs or Life Orb. In this one, we are going Naughty Clear Body with Leftovers. So, Naughty, we are running like a mixed Dragapult. We have 180 in speed, pretty much outspeeds everything we need to outspeed. I believe that creeps a timid Whimsicott. If it doesn't, I'm going to double check before the battle. But we have 76 special attack to boost flamethrowers into Whimsicott and Scizor to do as much damage as we can. We have Dragon Darts pretty much for everything else. Dragon Darts is going to do a ton to Urshifu, a ton to Necrozma, unboosted, stuff like that. This set is pretty much so we don't fear Urshifu as much, because Urshifu will probably be non-Scarf with Sucker Punch. I'm definitely expecting non-Scarf with Sucker Punch. Substitute, we can get the drop on Urshifu one time. If we expect it to U-turn, it won't break the sub. If it is something like Scarf U-turn, I don't know. He could definitely just click U-turn, expecting us to, set up a sub, possibly. But we will not have the sub broken upon that. Dragon Dance, because if Dragapult has a +1 speed boost, it just kind of goes in. If it has a +1 speed boost and +2 attack, +1 in attack and speed, it kind of just goes in. It has a really good shot of just killing Cloyster at base without the drops. It really does. Very strong Pokemon. Obviously, at +1 speed will outspeed everything that's Scarfed, even Scarf Whimsicott, since we crept the regular Whimsicott. Scarf Rotom, we won't care. I doubt Rotom comes, but I don't know. If it does, he could run some cheeky Scarf set. It's like Scarf Trick or some weirdness. But Dragon Darts is going to help rip through Lantern. It is kind of like, we don't really want to get burned, so Moltres could be an issue, but I don't really see him wanting to switch in Moltres on this, because he's probably expecting a special set. Because like special with like Draco, Fire, Flamethrower, something like Thunderbolt. That's really a good set too. I just wanted to be able to not be always scared out or beat by Sucker Punch or Shifu. Another thing that Substitute helps us do with the leftovers is come back in if we fail to sweep the first time. Also, Substitute stalls out the Wicked Blows. He only has 8 Wicked Blows on that. If he uses all of his Wicked Blows, breaking my subs, he will only have Sucker Punch to hit us. And, I think all in all for our team, a Urshifu that can't Wicked Blow is way less scary. It's just a souped up Pangoro at that point. But yeah, we can slap things pretty hard with Dragapult. Without the boost and attack, stuff like Cloyster always beats us. Stuff like Nidoqueen can probably live a hit and fire back with Ice Beam to do huge damage. Flamethrower into Scizor and Whimsicott. Whimsicott, I think, lives a Flamethrower. Scizor does not, like, under any circumstances. The +1 speed is obviously good for something like Scarf Zygarde. It could come. I don't know. But yeah, Pult can put in some work this week. But it's really just going to serve as maybe like a surprise for Urshifu, and then we can drastically weaken something with Dragon Darts. If we're behind a sub, it limits what Whimsicott can do to us. Obviously, with its prankster moves not being able to go through sub. But just in case we do have Clear Body, in case it tries to Memento. Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I might change that to Cursed Body. I'm really like thinking about it, because if we can get the Cursed Body proc on the Substitute and Urshifu can't use Wicked Blows anymore, and it's just locked into Sucker Punch, it's pretty much just, we can just Dragon Dance on that thing. We can Dragon Dance on that thing, we can set the sub back up, and then we're good. But yeah, that's pretty much the squad we have. We're undefeated. Even if we take an L, we'll be at 3-1. I think the matchup is pretty split down the middle, but obviously I give the advantage in experience to Matthew, but doesn't mean that we're not going to go down swinging, and hopefully the Agrons can pull out a 4-0 this week and dethrone another undefeated team. So I'll catch you guys in the battle in a second. Peace. Alright lads, let's press A. Let's get right into it. Welcome back for the battle, you guys. So his team's looking threatening. So he doesn't have Necrozma, which is good. That's going to free up Bronzong a little bit. He doesn't have something else that I was worried about. What do we have? Urshifu. Moltres and Nidoqueen is a headache for Sylveon. I might be able to catch him off guard with the Toxic, but I just don't know if he's going to go hard on me or not. Give me a second to write it all down, you guys. So Whimsicott's here. That's unfortunate. I kind of wish that wasn't here. And then we have Scizor. So seeing what he could have brought, no Cloyster, great. So that was it. So none of that. No Rotom, no Lantern, no Cloyster, no Necrozma. So we're looking good. I think overall going to lead. I'm gonna lead Sylveon because I'm really afraid of him just all out leading Urshifu. So we'll get right into it. So guys, make sure before we get into this match, drop a like. It's lucky. You hit all your stone edges if you do that. I really appreciate it. Drop a like on the video if you're going to enjoy this match, which I know I will. So let's get right into it. I already said him good luck, have fun. He leads out with Bolts, the Zigguard. So we had a good lead with that. Let's see, seeing what he wants to switch in on me. I mean, I think I just Hyper Voice Raw, but I could just Hard Wish. I could Hard Wish as well, or I could just Hyper Voice. Obviously, he should switch here. I'm going to Wish, predicting a switch here. I don't think he stays in, because Bolt's just going to die, and we live any hit. Yeah. So the Scizor's here. I believe, I don't know if we kill this, but I'm definitely going to calc it up. I don't know if we kill with Mystical Fire. That's not Scizor. I'd imagine we do. I'm going to go for it. I don't think we kill. If he's max HP, we don't kill. So he just knocks off. So we lose our Archebia Berry, which is unfortunate. So he's got Akka. So he will live this. That did no damage, like 32, 33%. Akka. Dude, I feel like he's like full Spadef. Like full Spadef. I'm gonna go hard Swampert now, because I feel like he might bullet punch us. I doubt he double knocks, but we'll see. If he does, good play, because I definitely... Okay, so he just used turns on us, so good play all around. He gets some chip on us. Whimsicott could come in here for sure, which is unfortunate, and it does. So I don't think it's any surprise that we want to get the heck out of here. I don't see this thing having a move for Bronzong, but we don't really have a move for it either. We could go Beast, but he could Psychic. I'm going to do it. He could just U-turn again, which would suck. I really hope he doesn't have like a spin cycle stuff going, because I didn't really expect that. We'll know if this U-turns. It'll be bad because if this U-turns, oh no, here comes Urshifu. So that's bad. So he's got U-turn on everything. So Scizor was Akka. Bolt comes back in. So Bolt's bad because our only real physical switch in is this. He can't U-turn, but he's gonna hit us really hard with 1,000 waves. I don't have Serena, so Zygarde's an issue. 1,000 arrows comes out. Alright, I don't think he wants to stay in here. So I'm going to double out into... I'm going to double out into Lobo. This is a very offensive play, so if he doesn't expect it, that'd be great. But if he does just switch out into Scizor, Nidoqueen, or Moltres, we'll get the momentum back, and that's what I really need in this match. I can't just... So he didn't switch. Dude, good play. Oh, he just 1,000 arrows again. Oh no. Good play, Matt. So is he banded? I mean, if he is, it's putting in work. Obstagoon. I don't feel like he is banded. But he has no reason just to not keep 1,000 wavesing. This sucks so much. Swampert. Swampert gets 2-hit KO'd. Everything gets 2-hit KO'd at this point. It's not good at all. I'm just going to knock off. I don't know why my capture card is freezing up. This is bad. We pretty much have to sack something to this Mon. If it's Scarfed, G freaking G. I'm gonna go out into Dragapult here. I'm gonna substitute, predicting like Whimsicott to come in here. If he's Scarfed and he just wants to get damage, well, GG there. Paladine comes out. So we will get behind a substitute. Flamethrower will not kill him. Do we DD? It doesn't matter if we DD. I'm just going to Flamethrower for damage. So we're faster. So he just went to break our sub and he's not Scarfed. That's good information. Moonblast comes out. It's fine. If he Stun Spores, I feel like we're just wrecked. But I kind of just want to see if he goes for it, man. We could go hard. I'm gonna go hard Zong to predict it. I just want to fish because I know this thing has to have something for me, or he just dies here. I'm just fishing for the Stun Spore at this point. He does have Stun Spore. Oh, he would have missed. That's fine. So it's not like I have anything on this Bronzong for this. But I feel like we can Iron Defense, kind of safe. Like, what does he do? Go Moltres, yeah. He could just... I'm gonna Psyshock. We could see Nidoqueen come out here potentially. Yeah, I can't switch on this again. I can't double out again. So we'll get chip on Mole Trace. If he brings in Nido Queen, it'll take big damage. Scizor. So we get no chip. So I probably should Iron Defense there, but I didn't know. I didn't know. So I'm gonna Iron Defense to get this thing out of here. He's gonna Roost on me. Which is interesting. When Moltres is always a good switch into this. So he is defensive with Roost, which I did kind of expect. And I'm gonna Body Press because I feel like he's full Spit F. So Body Press is chip on Moltres. But Moltres always scares us out. I'm sure he wants to see what we're going for. I'll Body Press again. It's decent chip if he decides to go out into Moltres. He could just U-turn. Yeah, that's fine. But he pretty much has to go Moltres here. I mean, he could go Nidoqueen, but we've already revealed Psyshock. He's going to go Moltres here. We can go out into Swampert after that. It's fine. We could get burned here, which would suck. But it is what it is. So we crit it. We don't get burned, which is lucky. We absolutely go out into... Do we go Mermaider? Yeah, I feel like we have to. We're playing from down already, and it sucks. Matt is proving why he's sitting at #1 in the league right now. Of course. Dude, he has U-turn Moltres. You're so cheeky. I hate you so much, Matthew. Why do you have U-turn Moltres, dude? So he's probably Flamethrower, U-turn Roost, and maybe Scorching Sands. I don't know. Paulo's here. Do I Ice Punch? I'm gonna Ice Punch. If he calls it, good on him. He should just U-turn out though. See, this is what you have to do against Matt. You just have to call it on the right turn. He can punish you, but now he's got to switch into an Ice Punch. Flip turn probably would have been a little bit better there, but it is what it is. So we reveal Ice Punch. I'm gonna Scald. Do I think Scalding's the play? I think it is. Scald should kill this. See, Roost. That's fine. So after this Scald, we can flip turn out. Yeah, he's fully Spit F. He's full Spit F. So we can flip turn out into Dragapult and threaten with Flamethrower again. So we've shown him most of our moveset. The only move he hasn't seen is U-turn. That's fine. It sucks that we're getting low. This is exactly what he's setting up for. He's setting up for the Urshifu sweep at the end, or for Nidoqueen to put in work. But I'm flip turning. Paladine comes out. It's fine. We get the heck out of here. And we go right into Nidoking. We've seen Stun Spore, Moonblast, U-turn. Could Fire Punch. What does he go into? Nidoqueen or Moltres. I'm a Thunderbolt, thinking he'll go Moltres here. I don't know if that's probably a bad play. He'll probably go Scizor. That's probably a bad play. I'm hoping from the fact that he's still thinking about this is that he does not have Psychic. Okay, knockoff. No, he got me. I predicted his switch. That's so funny. So he knocks off our Life Orb. So he got information on me, which is exactly what he wanted to get. I'm going to Earthquake this time. Imagining he will expect the other move. The good move. I don't think he calls me on it twice. I don't think he does a double call. Yeah, he just U-turns out. So something's taking an Earthquake. I already revealed Thunderbolt, so I doubt he goes Moltres. He could. I really hope he doesn't. That would be such a good play on his part. I don't think he thinks I'm going for the ground move here. Okay, so that's Scizor gone. Or very whittled down. I don't think it's going to love this. Okay. So that's that. We can... He could Roost on me. I don't think he's faster, though. I'm just going to Thunderbolt and knock him out. He just Bullet Punches for Chip. We could have Sucker Punched, but I kind of want to keep it hidden. Well, Sucker Punch doesn't matter, actually, because Necrozma's not here. But it's alright. We're whittling him down slowly but surely. He does have to worry about Nidoking. He's finding out so much information on us, and that's just so bad. So bad. So bad. I'm going to Sucker Punch for Chip, I think. Yeah, because he should just 1,000 Waves here. So we'll take our Chip on it. Thousand Arrows, not 1,000 Waves. I don't know what I said. This is not looking good, folks, to be honest. Now, granted, he's taken out... Oh, gosh, our team's looking so weakened right now. This is not good. This is not good. I'm going to go Darts. I'm going to go Darts here. I think he might stay in. I don't think he wants us behind a Substitute again. He might just attack us. I'm hoping he's not Scarfed. He does get out. Oh my god, please no Paladine. Dang it, man. So we reveal Dragon Darts. Moonblast. I'm gonna go Sylveon and throw up a Wish. He doesn't have... Okay, so Scizor's gone. We gotta look at the positives. Scizor's gone. So if we throw a Wish into Swampert, we'll actually be still in this. He does just U-turn here. Not good. We're at 99%. I feel like Nidoqueen just comes out here, because he doesn't want me to pass a Wish back out into... the other thing. Nidoqueen's here. Yay! The thing that is now legitimately an issue. This is so bad. Do we live a move? We don't have our berry anymore. No way we live something from Nidoqueen. Dude, he got me. His team's just too good, man. His team's just too good. His team's too good. Sledge Wave, we should live it. If he's Assault Vest, which I'm kind of hoping he is. Matt, if you're not Assault Vest in your Life Orb, hats off to you. This is what I'm doing with this play right now. Come on, live it, live it, live it. He's Life Orb. He's Life Orb. No way he's not Life Orb. No way he's not Life Orb, because max attack, modest. Ugh. This is not good. Dragapult. Dragapult lives any hit. But I can't DD. Dude, I'm done. It's over. I really can't. I don't have enough to take his team apart. He got me. Because Swampert, my way of healing Swampert's dead. Dude, this is bad. It literally looks like he just rolled me. Oh my god, dude. He can just attack me here. If we're at +1... Well, wait. If he's Life Orb, he probably just wrecks me, right? With Earth Power? Oh, he could have Shadow Ball. Duh. I'm so bad at this game. I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't expect to get rolled this bad by him. I expected a slim game, and he really took me apart with all his defensive switches. He's probably got Shadow Ball, I would imagine. Yeah, there's no reason why he shouldn't just stay in Shadow Ball. Like, there's nothing I have to kill him besides maybe a Surf. Let me just Dynamax real quick. Just Earthquake. I'm not going to live a stab move from this. Not at the HP I have. Yeah, I don't have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough. Wow, that's tough. There's just not a whole lot we can do. So hats off to Matt. Sorry I couldn't give you guys more of an entertaining game, but this man is already good, and the way he normally nerfs himself is with drafting not that good of a team, and he doesn't have that issue now. He doesn't have that issue now. He's got a very good team. He's pretty much got a very similar setup to my team, but it's better. Like, overall, I gotta say it's better. I gotta say it's better. Yeah, he can spam Shadow Ball here. Wow, 5-0. It's not necessarily a 5-0. I mean, he definitely could just go out into... Like, I have to Dragon Darts on him, and he knows that. He's pretty much seen everything except for Dragon Dance, but seeing as I switched out earlier, I don't have anything that can Oko Nidoqueen. Man, this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I have to Dragon Darts. If I don't, he just kills me with Shadow Ball. And, like, he doesn't really have a reason to switch, because, like, he has the game won. He should definitely play as safe as he can. So, yeah, this is rough. If he misses Stun Spore, we could get lucky. If he misses the Stun Spore. Paul Blart. Are we playing this? You better not have beat up, Matt. Matthew, I swear if you have beat up. Should I just Dragon Darts immediately? I'm gonna sub. I'm gonna sub because Ryan will call me an idiot if I don't sub and I just get Wicked Blowed. He's scarfed. He's scarfed. GG. GG, Matt. I didn't actually think you would bring the Scarf Urshifu. So GG, bro. I did not figure you for Scarf Urshifu. But it was a solid bring. I just didn't think it was his style. So GG to Matt. We got clobbered. 4-0. I'm going to let you guys know. Matt's going to be in the championship. Like, I'm telling you that, guys, that right now he's going to be in the championship. His team is too good, and he is too good. He is the best battler in this league. I'm sorry if I hurt some of y'all's ego just then, but he is by far the best battler in this league. And if that didn't prove it to you, that he took me apart better than any other team even got close to doing, watch out for Matt, guys. Eddie, you better watch out next week, bro, because I'm going to be invigorated after this loss. We're 3-1. That's the only loss we're getting, Eddie. So, Eddie, I know you're listening to this. We're coming for your next. Later, guys. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.